Hey yo, the ministry's in the house, guys. We've got a lot of videos coming up anyway, but we had to acknowledge the news. So before acknowledge, funny twist on that. So before we go into the big news, I do want to talk into something that came up, but apparently wasn't work. But just in case anyone wants to know what was the ministry's take on it. Chavo done a virtual signing, and I think the name Rey Mysterio came up. And this was his statement, and I think he tweeted it as well because I saw the tweet. It's now deleted. If at Rey Mysterio is really mentioning the Guerrero name only in tribute and not to line his own pockets with cash, maybe he'll donate some of that money to charity, or even better, how about to Eddie's daughters? That will show myself and the fans he's not prostituting the family name. He also said something else. I've lost it now, but something along the lines of, yeah, like we're good. We don't need Ray to promote our name. Like our family has earned it. He's talking Eddie, his dad, himself, because obviously he's Chavo Jr. and all of that. But yeah, now he put out that it was a tweet and he was just being a heel. So yeah, that it had me at first, but yeah, we move on. Now, now. Adam Pearce does his whole "it's official" on Twitter, and I kind of get bored of those. Sometimes these guys are always doing Rick Astley's "never going to give you up," so I give up. Then I see a picture of Triple H. Last time I thought, please don't tell me he's going to quit. He announces the draft split. Now, in videos and conversations, Nick, you weren't here. We were talking all about how interesting the draft split will be and what to come up next. And now it's Triple H is going to make another announcement, and maybe it was he's going to do the draft earlier, this, that, and the other. Long story short, let's bring up the image. We have a new world's heavyweight title. Now, there are some who are excited because guess what? The big gold is back, but it's got the big WWE logo in the middle. People are excited because, hey, Raw has a champion again. Nick, you can laugh. Big Tone, I know you don't want to go first, so I'm going to shoot the shit. And Mr. Positivity, Mr. I Bleed WWE is going to say, you guys fucked up real bad. You guys fucked up real bad. Because here's the thing. Yes, Seth can go on this whole tirade of Roman Reigns has pinned everybody, but he hasn't pinned me. Cool. Go get your fucking rematch. Cody Rhodes, the dream, complete the story, got fucked at Mania, and I actually enjoyed that. And I believe it was to give Cody the build. I don't know if you've seen it, Nick. I don't know if it's on a video yet, but long story short, we've talked about how
I watched your hour 53 video. I've seen the whole thing.
I remember which video it happened on, but we talked about how it develops him further. It allows him to be that guy. It could, you get the title straight away, the crowd could boo you. Let him go through Brock. Let him elevate and earn it at a later date. All of that I am down for. Now, Roman Reigns is walking around with 2 titles. Does he just say that the WWE title that he took means nothing? We all know that the Universal title is still going to be that because one is the latest one they've got. But now we don't even have a WWE title anymore because we've got the World Heavyweight and we've got this, which, again, I don't give a shit. It doesn't need to say WWE in the title. But what the flying fuck? Now, let's be honest. Whoever, and I'm pretty sure he's going to remain on SmackDown, whoever gets that, you're the consolation bitch. Like, there is no other thing than that. You want a consolation. So we're talking as it ruined Roman, but I don't even think it ruins Roman, but it's what does it mean? Like, there was that element of, and I'm going to go down the fantasy booking, but I'm going to ask a few questions before I go down the fantasy of what I would have done and why it makes sense. Right? Roman Reigns has done what he's done. He's booked it professionally, and this is why we need a new title. Well, guess what, hotshot? The tag team titles are in the same exact fucking position. What are we doing with that? The Usos defended it twice the same way. When you were ready, with no rhyme or reason, the Raw titles were defended, the SmackDown titles were defended. No one has
with less opposition, remember, because there's no tag team division.
Right. So here we go. For once I'm going to agree with you. You were able to do that. And again, there is a video coming up where you've seen it because you've watched the whole version, where we talked about the creative differences. This is the first time, and I don't want to blame Triple H. I don't want to blame Vince. I don't give a fuck who it was. That was shit creative. That either way, whoever it was, you done fucked up. Because you know what? As much as Roman can become a part-timer, Roman can still work the one night, right? So you know what? It makes sense that you can have, okay, we're not going to have an elimination chamber, but at Night of Champions, we're going to have a good old draft lottery. We're going to split everybody up. You know what, champ? You think you're the big shot? You think you're the big shot? You got to defend it twice in one night. Make him triple threats. Don't even make the man lose the title by getting pinned. Make him still dominant as fuck. Have a fatal four-way. Have a five-way. Make it a six-man elimination. So you got 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown, 2 on each side. Make it 5-man. 2 from Raw, 2 from SmackDown. Any man can take a title. Any man can go anywhere. One man pins it. Bang. That title's gone. You know, as I keep quoting it, the Jericho Benoit angle, triple threat, where you've got so many people going in. You could have done absolutely anything. Make him walk down the aisle twice. I don't give a fuck. But how am I meant to be cheering for? And do you know what? I swear to you on everything. I know what they're going to do. And I call it right now, 6 minutes 28. Right? AJ being on a rampage. Rampage. Go figure. Right? Here we go. Here is the prediction right now. Cody Rhodes is going to look like the ultimate winner for this title. Triple H is going to screw him. Because not only did this fucker destroy his throne, the fucker's doing pedigrees all over the place right now. I've not even watched wrestling, and I'm seeing him pedigreeing people. He pedigreed Balor this week on Raw. He's going to look like the ultimate contender, and that's the story. Cody's been screwed again. The whole world is going to say it. WWE is burying Cody Rhodes. No, they're elongating it. But instead of elongating it to somewhere where it should freaking matter, and I know we're trying to keep this as a short show, guys, you're done fucked up. Because whoever you crown as champ, and I probably believe it's theory, because you know what? Let's give it to a younger generation. Whoever you give it to, you're done fucked up. And then what? This person, short of Bobby Lashley, who I've always said is the one person who hasn't taken on Roman yet, is going to face Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, and I'm going to make it look like you're a believable champ. Fuck off out of here. I personally believe, but even though the only thing that stops me from going, this is the way it should be done, I would have had Roman win that title as well, just to piss people off. But Roman's like, wherever he goes, Triple H is like, wherever he goes, he stays. No, make him win it, make him still a 2-time champ, then go down a triple threat match and make him lose the title that he's only won. He only held it for 2 days. So it's like, yeah, you may be 1,000 days here, but you're 2 days over there. Triple H, if you're listening, take the fucking advice, because what you lot have done is done fucked up. It's all about who can dethrone Roman, and then you've just said, here's a consolation prize. Raw is going to look like the fucking shit. Whoever wants to take over, but you lot done fucked up.
Okay, I'll jump in because again, like you know, I thought Nico, that was the rant that you was gonna give.
He hit some points. I'm gonna mention, not all.
But like for me personally, I agree with the majority of what you said. Yeah, like it's incomprehensible, really. Yeah, that you have this long title reign that's gone on for so long. The whole point of it is built around a dominant champion that cannot lose the title. Yeah. And now you brought in a title that you're trying to say is as equal as that belt. Yeah. Which is, it's just not going to work, because automatically you just shit on the entire roster because they can't beat Roman so much. Yeah. That you had to go and make this consolation prize, this silver buck toy. Yeah, and give it to SmackDown or whatever. Let's be real, you know, Roman's going to be on Raw. Yeah, and
I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll tell you why I think it's going to be on Raw, because I think Cody's going to be on Raw, and they are still going to a degree, push the US Championship as the Raw title when Roman's not there, because again, I think Cody is going to become US Champion this year and hold it for most of the year. Yeah. Maybe not. Or either that or hold the Money in the Bank. One of the two. Yeah. But then on SmackDown, it's probably going to be Seth. Yeah. Who's like the first title. So like the first champion. So they can go to Survivor Series and Seth can be like, ha, and you never beat me. And then Roman probably beats him, which devalues the title even further. Yeah, but like again, you're just congested the titles, isn't it? Yeah, like I feel there's just too many world champions like knocking about like as it is, and like you didn't need to do this. You had a lot of options you could have gone down rather than this. As you said, they take one of the belts off him. You can do it any way you can. Yeah, any way you choose, you can do it and still make him look strong. Like you say, he loses it in a triple threat. You know, he loses it in a 6-man. Yeah, like whatever. He just loses one of the belts, so the other one is free to go after. It's not hard, but if you don't, even if you don't want to do that, then there's an even more simpler like solution that you was kind of doing until you just decided to turn your back on it and elevate the mid-card titles to main event. Yeah, have your main eventers like come in there and fight for the mid-card titles. Have them be the person that opened the show, closed the show, and the storyline revolves around the mid-card titles. You've got 2 champions. You've got a champion who saves the future. Yeah, well, let's give him something to do, because right now you've got him feuding with Bobby Lashley again. What the hell? Yeah. Gunther, on the other hand, yeah, is a lengthy intercontinental champion. He can easily be the main villain on the show. But no, we're not going with any of those options. What we're going to do is push them to the back of the line so we can continue doing what we always do with the mid-card titles, making them decisively mid. Yeah, and bring out this new world champion who automatically has a bit of egg on the face because, again, you couldn't be
a bit.
Someone who's already faced Roman.
Can I be honest? If
Yeah.
you wanted to split the titles, I would have preferred that the draft came along. Solo is drafted to Raw. Roman stays on SmackDown, and he goes, "You have to stay on one show." And he literally just takes the fucking title and goes, "Make sure they acknowledge you." Put a fucking skyrocket on that kid.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Did Eric Bischoff not pull out a title? This is yours.
Nah, but that was terrible as well. But I got
Of course it was. But it's still better than telling me whoever wins that title is a worthy fucking champion. He would go around as the undeserved member of the bloodline who it was handled. You have Seth Rollins still on Raw going, you know what? With the laugh, you may think you're the champion, but you are not your tribal chief. And I will burn down this village you are trying to create before it even begins.
Well, I
You
tell you
could give me any fucking story.
the belt. Yeah, what they could do is have Solo win Money in the Bank, and then Roman give him the belt. Don't just give him the belt. Yeah, that's terrible. that was a fuckery of Triple H back in the day. That was fuckery too. Yeah, but again, if Solo won Money in the Bank, and then Roman goes, you know what? Here's one of the titles. That would have been a good way to take one of the titles off him.
Anything but what they've done.
Anything but what they've done. In a nutshell, really, they devalued both Roman Reigns.
The roster. They devalued the roster.
It's a masterful thing of what they've done. They've managed to devalue Roman's reign, Roman himself, and the entire locker room with just one announcement, WWE 101.
Run with it, Nick. Run with
Well, my work here is done.
Oh, fucking hell. Where to begin with this, man? Okay. To your point, AJ, there's something that you've been saying for a while now. It's with regards to Cody Rhodes. And prior to how, obviously, hindsight 2020 is a wonderful thing. Prior to how events have played out, I was always on the fence about your suggestion of having Cody lose. Since it's happened, I can't tell you how much I hate it. And it's not just because I was there and felt the presence of fucking Gomez Adams literally trolling us from backstage. Because you could feel it. You could feel it. Send them all home unhappy. That's some good shit right there. You could see that old motherfucker. Just leave, you stupid old cunt. No one likes you. The fans don't want you. The wrestlers hate you. Your son hates you. Your daughter walked out on you. And your son's so out of shape that he fucking pulled a quad. That's how much he respects your business. No one wants you. Just leave. That stupid cunt at Endeavor somehow thinks you're good for business. I hope you stay, and I hope you do a Seth Rollins and burn your own empire down. You stupid old geriatric Gomez wannabe motherfucker. God, I hate that man. I don't know. Honestly, Edge, I do not know how, in a world we are living in now, despite what he may have done for wrestling in the past, how you can say, as a diplomat, as a sane of mind human being, that you bleed WWE and that you still respect Vince. He's a prick.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know? Can I tell you, in Malta, when I was just working, there was, this is how much I hate them at the moment. Not just him, the fucking brand, because, and this just is a perfect like cherry on the sundae of what they've done here, of my hatred for them. And I don't mean dislike, I mean utter disdain and hatred I have for WWE at the moment. I'm not watching them. I'm not watching the highlights. Literally, what that 3 minutes I just watched with you guys of the speech, that's the most WWE wrestling I've watched since Mania. I don't give a fuck anymore. Fuck them. I'm of the opinion that Brock Lesnar will beat Cody at Backlash. Yeah. I believe Brock will beat Cody at Backlash because I do believe they're burying Cody. I believe that if Sami Zayn and KO were fighting the Usos for the titles of Backlash, I'd back the Usos. I think McMahon is out to cut his own nose off to spite his own face. I believe that he's been so hurt to his core at seeing how happy people were with him gone and how well the wrestlers were performing and how happy they were performing without his fucking tearing up the script at the last minute bullshit. I don't think he can handle it.
Virtually this week.
Sorry?
He apparently done it virtually this week.
He apparently did it virtually this week. No, he was there because CM Punk was backstage on what was last week. He did it virtually.
He wasn't actually there. He phoned Triple H.
Okay.
Triple H basically relayed to him that
the fact that he's got that sort of power over the show from such a distance terrifies me. This is a man who, remember, a few years ago, the whole of the McMahon clan marched down to the ring to apologize. Guess who had to take the mic off Daddy because he literally couldn't bring himself to get a proper apology out? Stephanie saved that promo. Daughter's gone now. No one likes you, old man. But now, taking my feet. Oh, as I was saying, in Malta, there was rumors that I was going to have to go and film in Brazil. Yeah, that was just being like pitched it. My boss was pitching that to me. And he was saying potentially the dates are going to be July 1st to July 9th. You know what my reaction was?
Thank God.
Great. I can sell my ticket and I don't have to go to that shit. Gives me a really fucking good reason to get my money back. And what all of you guys were saying on pod earlier, I left that place a lot angrier than Dem the Tech did. And he left angry. Oh, but what if they did a Mania in London? No. No. What if The Rock was headlining? No. Legitimately, no. I will never buy into the Kool-Aid again, ever. I'll allow myself to get excited about certain spots, sure, definitely. I'll meet up with the boys and watch pay-per-views, of course. I'm not going to keep up with it the way I was. I already didn't like WWE. I continued to love wrestling because of AEW, who made me feel like I was watching WCW again. I was okay on a good day with WWE. No, I flat out hate them now. And the fact that they've got such levels of cowardice that they can't look fans in the face, not that a company would ever do this, I'm being very dramatic here, But the fact that they're going to use the get out of jail free card of, oh, well, we never confirmed The Rock, it was never confirmed. It's like, no, you're right. You just did the whole acknowledge me on Young Rock. You just had every single wrestler doing a rock bottom from here to eternity. But no, you're right. It was just a tease. And that's the point. You worked me. Well done. You got 700 quid out of me. I had a great fucking time in LA outside of the wrestling. I had a blast with Dan the Tech. Loved Universal Studios. Fuck WWE with the Fire of 1,000 Suns. What if The Rock headline? I don't give a fuck. You guys go. Enjoy. You will be going, even if I'm in the country, you'll be going without me. They're not getting my money again. You coming to a house show? Nope. You coming to SmackDown? Nope. Raw? Nope. Next Clash at the Castle? Hell no. You must be joking. You think I'm going to go in that fucking long-ass car ride with my balls crushed because we don't have a big enough car to go to that shithole where they're racist and have never seen a black person before, just to be told that our seats are about 100 yards further back where they were, where I've got restricted viewing and I'm about to watch a product run by Gomez Adams? Get the fuck out of my face. Why would I do that to myself? Where's the logic in that? That makes no sense. So fuck WWE. And now to talk about how they've destroyed Roman. This is hysterical. How have they who do the booking, how have they somehow managed to get us to buy? How many times have I said to you guys that Roman's not a dominant champ, we're being gaslit? That's part of his character. And we've even had debates about that. They have literally got us to buy into the fact that this guy is a force of nature. So much so, Big Tom, when I was on that last video with you and Leon, AJ, you weren't here, but the pitch I made was, fine, I don't like the fact that you've done Cody this way, but if you want to back Roman, okay, let's do this. Let's do this properly. Make him the actual GOAT. And I don't mean in terms of he's had 16 world titles. Make him 10 years. You know, that promo that Roman cut before WrestleMania where he's like, y'all are talking about 1,000 days. We're all looking at 2,000. We're all looking at 3,000. I'm like, do it. Why the fuck not? If that's the type of guy you really want him to be, if that's what you're building out, okay, fine. That I'll be along for the ride. I think it's going to get dry as fuck. I don't prescribe to the music of Roman's got no one else to face. There's like, before Gomez Adams returned, you could have said, LA Knight, you could have said Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, Sheamus, could have brought Bron Breakker up. You could have got Matt Riddle back. The plethora of wrestlers for him to fight. So that boring soundbite of there's literally no one else for him to fight. Bullshit. There's plenty of wrestlers for him to face. Jesus, God forbid, give Chad Gable a squash match for Christ's sake. That guy is an amazing wrestler, but we're never going to get that. Let's not be silly. Why would WWE make the wrestler fucking wrestle? That crazy idea. But so you've got me for the last 3 years to buy into this idea, to buy into the idea that even if The Rock came back, we were all so sure, yeah, Rock's getting killed. You got me to buy into the idea of the American Nightmare being the savior, only to give me a reality check and say, nah, Roman is the man. I'm like, well, he clearly is the man. All right, cool. I'll bite. I'll eat the cake. Roman's the man. I'm going to get, you heard me say it, Big Tone, I'm going to get so on this bandwagon that I'm going to back you to make Roman not just the man, but the GOAT. Give him a 10-year run. Make him hold that belt until the day he retires without losing. Those memes you're seeing on Instagram of, you know, the jokes of people like saying, and WrestleMania 58, Roman wins again. You said it's a joke, but fuck it. If that's the guy you want to build, do it. Give him this legendary run that beats Bruno Sammartino, that the AJs, Nikos, and Big Tones of the next century are going to be talking about. It's like, yeah, but do you remember Roman Reigns? No, I wasn't alive, but man, I heard 5,000-day reign. That's insanity. Do it. Why not? Nah, you got me to buy into it, and now you don't want to do it, do you? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get Big Papa H to come out and shit on the guy. And we just watched it before. You saw me laughing. You literally said, we're going to give you a champion you deserve. Well, if we don't deserve Roman, why did you just squash us at WrestleMania, you dumb, hypocritical motherfuckers? Because if we didn't deserve that, you're essentially affirming the fact that you were hurting your own audience. Oh, wait. Or do we deserve that? But if that's the case, then we do deserve a champ like Roman. So your promo doesn't make sense. Huh. Weird. But you've just told me for the last 3 years that I need to buy into this guy because he's the man, because he's the tribal chief. But now you're mocking him. Oh, he's not good. Someone who has to demand your acknowledgement. Whoa. Okay. So the most over thing you've got in your entire company, you've just taken a big shit on. All for the sake of putting the WWE logo on the WCW belt after you've squashed the AEW guy? Man, you fragile little egoed motherfuckers. I mean, you're pathetic. So how have we ruined Roman Reigns? Because it doesn't matter what happens now. You've just taken the last 3 years and gone, we'll make another belt. That's our get out of jail free card. So actually the belts he has have been diminished. The promo that was just cut has not buried him because he's bulletproof, but has made him look like a bitch. A treatment, by the way, I'd like to remind everyone they never subjected Brock Lesnar to when he was far more absent. But he goes missing for a few weeks after Mania, and now we're going to bury the guy being like, oh, you deserve a champion who's present. It's like, he's been gone for 3 weeks after having wrestled for 3 years. But no. You're right. Bury your top guy. Makes perfect sense. And you've now confirmed that this beta belt, we should call it the double B, Big Tone. It's not the 3B. It's the double B. It's the beta belt. The House of Beta belt. You've now confirmed that this is the ultimate consolation prize. Were it not for my fundamental belief that Brock Lesnar is going to beat Cody Rhodes, because they are burying Cody Rhodes, because as I've just illustrated, their egos are that fucking fragile that they can't have the AEW guy beating, quote the Sting. Yeah, they've made that a consolation prize. So whoever gets it, unless it's Seth Rollins, who has also made himself bulletproof in a very good career, I wouldn't put it past them to put this shit on Cody. It wouldn't surprise me.
Can I be honest?
Tone, and it's like, yeah, that's in character. That's the sort of shit they would do.
Can I be honest? Do you know who deserves to hold that belt?
Seth.
Do you know who deserves to hold that belt? Omos. Because that's how much fucking respect I have for that belt. It might as well just make it whatever other vision you've got. And I'm not even I've seen stuff along the way.
Just before you continue, AJ, there was one point I made at the beginning which I didn't wrap up regarding what you said about Cody. You had to be at Mania to understand how over that guy was. And I say this acknowledging that there was a very split crowd because people genuinely love Roman. I mean, I loved Roman and I was backing Cody while loving Roman, right? You can have a very mixed emotion about it. I don't prescribe to the idea that it was too quick. I'm a believer that you can give people a mega push right from the off if they're established. This wasn't fucking unknown NXT superstar. This was Cody Rhodes. This was the guy who literally made people turn their heads. This was the guy who, when he debuted at Mania the year before, we all screamed at the TV. This is the guy who, when he debuted at Mania, after we all screamed, AJ, you and me looked at each other, and I believe I said to you, Jesus, that's a muscle flex from McMahon. And you went, which means he's established. Which means, yeah, you don't put him in a title picture in his first match, but after he went through that trilogy with Seth and did that Hell in a Cell madness and won the Rumble. And the biggest thing I give him credit for, actually, was none of his matches. And I think this was a stroke of fucking genius by Cody Rhodes. He somehow, with promos, managed to navigate that environment when everyone, including myself, was Team Sammy. That could very easily have fucking gone wrong for him because people were so hot on Sammy. And he somehow managed to navigate it so that him and Sammy became buddies, that he was backing Sammy, that he was like, fucking, it's your time, mate, go get him. And he still came out smelling of roses after Sammy's loss. He navigated the WWE landscape majestically, in my opinion. And you can draw this out all you want. It's never going to be that hot again. It'll be 50% as special. It'll be special, but it won't be that special again. You've missed your moment.
I can see my net is shaky. I'm actually going to get my other router. We are going to wrap up soon, but Big Tone, reply. I'm going to be listening, and I'll be back in literally 2 secs.
Hit me, Big Tone. What you got?
Okay. I mean, again, I want to agree with like some of what you said. Yeah, like I'm not so sure that they actually care enough to do things just to spite us. I feel they was inept sometimes, but that's neither here or there. If I'm looking at it, because I like to like do the work with the smooth. I mean, ultimately, you can see I'm not like really that much on board, but there are positives to be had. Yeah, I do feel that like it is good that at the very least we are gonna have a champion that we see. Yeah. Now, all of the reasons we said, like talk about why that's a little fucked up, but the good parts of it is that people that might not have got a world title run will probably be able to get a run now, and I feel that's good. Like that can only be a positive thing. I feel that we are the hardcore guys. Yeah, you want to say marks, you want to say smart marks, that's fine. Yeah, I will wear that badge. Yeah. But for the casuals, I see nothing but positivity and excitement about this belt. And everyone's happy that they brought back the belt and it looks nice. It does look very nice. And like they made it like the world title, but with the trademark, had to get the trademark there. And the change in belts so we can continue to make money. Yeah. And let's face it, that is a large part of what this whole thing is about. Yeah. It's about making money. I shit you not, in it, yeah. That belt is on WWE, the replica is on WWE.com already, and I think it's something like $40.
Should we have a look?
It probably is. Here's the thing.
I finished with positives. Yeah. Like I said, again, I feel like there's people like Sammy saying who I don't feel will get get a WWE title run. Yeah, a universal title run now. We don't know what they're doing with the lineages all over the place. But I feel like man's like that now. KO will be able to get a second run. Sammy will be able to get a first run. Don't put it on Cody because, again, that will just fuck up his story. So I'm hoping they have more sense time to do that. Yeah, but I will also be nice when we get to like Money in the Bank because despite everything, I'm still psyched. I'm still happy to be going. I still think we're gonna have a great time. It'll be nice to see a world champion walk out. Yeah, it would be nice to actually see someone on TV every week who's got the belt. Yes, in the back of our mind, we will be thinking about everything we said. But let's face it, like that's us. Wrestling fans are fickle, and they're not really going to remember this in a year. Yeah, like for instance, do you remember when the Universal belt came out? People were saying the same thing. Yeah, called it Jab Belt, but the Universal title came out. People had like shit to say, shit to chat. It's very in the moment, but long term down the line, we'll be seeing what they've done with it. Yeah, we'll be looking at that DVD of the second World Championship or World Championship 2.0 or whatever. Yeah, and we'll be like, all right, remember that. All right, that was actually good. They managed to like extract some goodness out of it. I hope so. Yeah, but
so
as with everything, though, I just feel like we as fans, we can't get upset when WWE don't do things we want them to do because, again, it's what I said. You got to temper your expectations because you know who you're dealing with. Yeah, like I hate to be the guy to make the comparisons, but it's not like if AEW fucks up, for me that hurts more than WWE. Yeah, because again, I'm more used to consistency. Yeah, whereas WWE consistently can let you down. Yeah. So I've come to a point just to accept what's on TV and try and draw the good things from it, the things that I like. Believe it or not, there are things on Raw that I like at the moment. Yeah, I like the whole LWO and whole gangland angle.
No, they're being historically consistent. The LWO keep losing just like they did in WCW.
100%. But again, I like the fact that we're having these matches for a reason rather than just pulling the back the ass in it. Yeah, that's maybe a minimal thing. It may be, as you like to say, grading on the curve, but at least it's something. Yeah. So like, I also like it. What they've done with the whole Bad Buddy. What's his name? Damian Priest. Yeah. Like, a feud that actually makes sense because they were tag partners at WrestleMania.
Sure.
You put through people, and like you're not going to be happy about that. So you come to Raw, and he got a pop. He got a pop and a half. Yeah. So that teaches me something really that I feel casual fans or fans to a lesser extent.
American fans, I've experienced it now. I've got no pride in saying. I've got no shame in saying that. I have experienced it firsthand.
American fans. Yeah, I feel it's just people less invested. They like shiny things.
Yeah. Oh, so who are we describing here?
Yeah, but not just them. Yeah, there's a bag of fans that can fit that. But like I said, they like shiny things and they live very much in the moment and the positivity. And I suppose for our own enjoyment and fun, we should try to pull some of that. We still call out the bullshit, of course, but just pull out the stuff where it could be good. And if you enjoyed something, say you enjoyed it.
Without disrespecting anything you said, I agree. The Universal title came and we all laughed and been like, "What's next? The Intergalactic title? Like, which alien does Roman have to face to prove that he is a Universal champion?" Shit like that. But that's like taking the piss out of your friend when they've got glasses, like they've never had glasses. You see glasses, you're like, "Oh shit, hey, 4 eyes." What you said? It's something to get adjusted to and to adapt to.
Mm.
You're talking about legacy and legitimacy of somebody here.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, Nick, and I felt that it's like, yeah, there's not something you have to acknowledge. But the thing is, Roman hasn't even played the "I'm going away." There was a video. Basically, we don't. It was going to come out, and we were talking about who should be champion. It's a bit redundant now, and who should win Money in the Bank and XYZ, and how to keep Roman legitimate and in the story without making it boring. And we came up with a thing that maybe by contract you have to defend it every 90 days, and that's the only time you see Roman. He comes in, he squashes someone, even from the beginning he makes it an absolute piss take about it, and another 90, and you can really make it 5 years, 4 years, whatever you want to.
Sure.
There was a million ways to do it, and maybe it just takes a quick roll up from someone. You're like, what the fuck? Like, it could be absolutely anything. There's so many different angles.
Oh god, AJ, don't AJ, you've just done a big turn. Do not put that energy out there. If Roman Reigns loses to the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment, I'm holding you guilty.
At this point, does it even matter?
No,
and I say that with me still wanting to see the 1,000 Day and everything. And yes, he can't. And you know what? It would make my day to see Xavier Woods be the one to do it with
the backwards.
Exactly. Let it be. And then we all know that within 2 weeks, Brock Lesnar's going to kill the entire New Day and just do the transfer. Like, it is what it is, right? Well, I can't get my head around, and I can't do it. You can make, even if he's on a part-time schedule, you can make the man work 2 matches, even if it's one extended match. And it really is like, this is the night. We pitched a million times how Sammy and Cody could be champ. And don't get me wrong, you said the steam won't be the same. When we thought Kofi was going to win it at the time of stupid, and we thought he was buried and it would never go again, my reaction to what that meant and how it had that value. WWE know how to put value where they need to. And that's why Sammy was where he was at that time. Yes, he's yesterday's news as far as I'm concerned right now, and I get all of that. But this reign, and it's the stupidity of how there was nothing to it. There was no speech from Roman of, well, I prefer SmackDown. You guys will never see me again. Or, you know what?
That's the key point you're making.
It's even down to a point of, yeah, Roman, it's renegotiation time. You're like, I am only signing this, Pierce, if you accept that I will only be here, once again, every 90 days. There was no challenge. There was nothing in there. Now, I know that this man is a part-timer, if you want to call it that, right now.
But since when?
But to a degree, he has, because he's not on every show. He's not wrestling every SmackDown. I get what we're going with. Do you get what I'm saying?
He's
So
appearing on every SmackDown. He's usually opening or closing.
But there are times that you've got just Heyman. There are times you've got just Heyman giving off a message. The tribal chief had said this. Like, he's always relevant in the story, but he's not always there.
But it's not to the effect that, like, it's Brock Lesnar, like you said, Nick, where they, like, couldn't just brush it off with, oh, he's not here this week. He's here, like, say, every 3 weeks or something. That's nowhere near as bad as when Brock disappears with the title.
That's what I'm saying. And to your point, AJ, you make an excellent point about it. Sounds like Leon now. That's how angry I am. But to your point of they never even cut anything. It's not like Roman came on Raw the Monday after and was like,
I'm out of here. I'm done.
Yeah. What you gonna do? You can't do shit because I am that guy. And I know y'all were throwing some like light-hearted shade at me because I forever cheer AEW and Jay White and MJF, yeah? Remember what happened when MJF won the title? You remember that promo after he smacked Regal up the week after? He came out and he said, I'm special. I am going to wrestle rarely. My title reign is going to be long. You're all going to hate it, and I'm going to love every second of it. In that one, and what's interesting about that is they haven't actually kept true to that promo because MJF's been very much a centerpiece since then, as he should be as the champion. But he's wrestled far more frequently than I thought he would. But at least he cut a promo to set something up. He laid, as a champion, which is what you should do, he laid his own groundwork and said, I'm going to hold this belt, and you ain't going to see me.
Do you know what?
Roman didn't do that because Roman didn't actually do anything wrong, Big Tone. You actually said to me when I was like, nah, fuck this, for Joe Job Squad. Literally, Samoa Joe. That's what Roman should be called now. But like you said to me, weren't you the guy who was hyping him to do a 10-year run? Remember what I said? Yeah. Until they started booking him the way they are. This isn't some creative, like, genius decision of, oh, keep Roman off TV, make people angry, then we'll stir the pot, and then we'll get this new belt, and they'll be... It's been 3 weeks.
Can I pitch something that I would have done to make people hate Roman and make that Triple H speech make something? A few years ago, I was on a platinum hunt for one of these SmackDown versus... It was a 2K game or SmackDown versus one. I don't really care which one it was.
You're on a platinum run. Go on, mate.
I was. I didn't complete it. But basically, one of the things that happened was I think you needed to have X amount of losses in a game. And I was like, this isn't going to work. Like, who wants to get a shit loss record? And I had Kevin Owens as my guy on this. And I had created a storyline for myself in this story mode that they had, right? And you know what it was? I am going to be your champion with the worst loss record of all time. Right? How about Roman just literally came out week in, week out, smacks a man with a chair and go, I'm still your champ. What are you going to do? I'm not even fighting anymore. And then now you've got a guy who's demanding acknowledgement, and it's like, yeah, he's not a worthy champ. Like, you could vilify him by doing something. You could do anything. But to just literally go down this route of, you've got a worthy champ. What do you mean, worthy champ? He's defeated everybody who's come along. He's stacked them. He's smashed Brock Lesnar. Like, he's done it all. So why is he not the worthy champ?
Exactly.
It's the most senseless thing.
That's what was it I wrote to you earlier, Big Tone? It was quite. I thought. Well, if I don't say so myself, I thought it was quite telling. You scared me, when you did that whole, they're going to put that new title on Cody. Like, I cannot think of, I actually can't.
That's terrible.
It's terrible. That is actually worse than Brock beating Cody, which I still maintain is going to happen. Oh, here we go. I said to you, somehow they managed to make their 3-year champ look like a bitch coward and make the new belt unimportant with one comment. That's levels of skill.
Cody won't win it. Cody will be that champion. I don't know who Cody's going to be. Cody's going to go into a McMahon feud. He's going to go into a McMahon-esque feud. That's what he's going to be. He's going to be the guy who fights the authority. Because it's going to be, you think you can go, set up your indie company, smash a throne, use the pedigree, and think you're champ. Triple H is going to be involved in the storyline for whatever holds Cody back. Much like he was with Brian.
I think you're pitching a really interesting Attitude Era-esque storyline there that I don't think they're capable
Bro,
of doing.
it's WrestleMania 2.0. It's not even Attitude Era. It's this. It's not
Yeah, but do you remember what we got subjected to with WrestleMania? Not knowing until the fucking night what was going to happen. Not because it was good booking, but because it was like, they're going to troll us, aren't they?
I don't know. I knew it was coming.
There was no uncertainty in you.
No.
But then to a point, like
Jesus.
to a point, I feel that is kind of what we want, to like not know what's going to happen, to have uncertainty. But then what you should do if you're a clever booker is pay it off with like what the people want at the right time. Yeah. Now, for instance, like I keep saying, my beef with this new belt, it's not really even like the lack of lineage. They've made up titles before. They made up the World Heavyweight title. They made up the Universal title. Yeah.
It's got lineage, bro. Hulk Hogan had it. They just put their logo on the front.
The CW title is not the World Heavyweight title. Yeah, they're two different things. Yeah, but like that's not my beef. My main beef is how they've gone about this. Yeah. Like, for instance, I understand they may have had to do this because there's rumors, rumblings that the network aren't happy with a champion not being on the show. Great. Yeah. So split the belts. You don't have to. Look, Roman's Universal title reign is the one. That's all you had to like focus on. Yeah. You didn't have to have both the belts. And now what you've done really is you sacrificed the actual WWE lineage. Yeah, the true WWF title. Yeah, you sacrificed that into the Universal title, a title that people you don't really care about that much, to be honest. Like, not to the same degree. And like, what you're gonna do? Fuse them together and have one belt, or are we literally gonna have Roman have the two belts his entire reign?
He'll look like an absolute wanker.
Literally 3 world titles. 3 is the magic number. Yeah.
So that's what makes me laugh. It's like when Triple H was. This is what makes me angry with them. They treat us like we're idiots. He's like, the other belt, singular. The other belt will stay with Roman, but this is the new belt. It's like, Papa H, he got 2 belts. It's plural. The other belts, are you going to create another new belt and have those be called the Undisputed Heavyweight Universal WWE Championship? Roman's going to come out with another new belt? Are we doing like a mega merchandising push? What are we doing? Nothing in that promo made sense. Bury the champion. Shit on his over sentence. Don't acknowledge the fact that he actually holds 2 belts and not 1. Don't acknowledge the fact that you are literally setting it up that there are going to be 3 world heavyweight titles now. It's so layered with stupidity. It's actually skill.
You can't call him the undisputed universal champion.
I know you can't. You and me know this, bro.
As soon as you made a title of the other show, it was disputed. Unless they do trollers and have him win it again, yeah. That actually would make me laugh.
No, do you know what? I actually think they would continue to call him undisputed despite there being another title.
They go to.
Oh yeah. That's how stupid it is. That's what I mean. There are so many layers of stupidity here. It's
actually put it into a fact that Sammy and KO have more value than Roman Reigns because they've got 2 titles that will be on 2 shows. Like, when you're wrong, you're wrong. Now, as I said,
yes, big time.
I am that guy who is always going to find a positive. And Big Turn, I don't know how you found it when I couldn't. Because there is no defending this. It was stupid. It was all about who. Let's be honest. Victor, I'm going to quote you. In the Ministry Awards, you said the guy is the final boss. You have to defeat a final boss. Nico is en route to doing a platinum for fucking May the 4th, right? You can't
Daddy Goo on YouTube right here.
You can't tell me that this guy is going to play this game for the entire time, get to the final boss, right? Get defeated 100 times, and on May the 4th, Sony are just going to send him another platinum and be like, here's your trophy. For reaching the boss but not winning. It makes no fucking sense.
If they send me a free copy of the sequel, I won't complain.
You know what I see Roman as now? I don't see him as the final boss anymore. I see him as a raid boss. he's the boss you beat after you beat the final boss, and he's the specialty boss that you have to go find.
He's like that big turtle at the end of Final Fantasy 15.
Yes, that's exactly what he's like.
What was it? Beating Shadow in Mortal Kombat when he was a hidden character or something. Like, it's ridiculous. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it now.
Roman has just been made, and that's why the title of this video is why WWE just ruined Roman Reigns. You have taken the most dominant champ of the modern wrestling era, and you have turned him into an optional side quest.
I was always nervous. I mean, I'll say this in closing because we said half an hour, we're touching an hour soon. I was always nervous when they went down the 2-title route. And I know it was through circumstance because he was ill, Brock had to win something, and you know how a Brock contract works. If you got him, you're going to have to pay him irrelevant, so let's make it relevant. It went down that way. Roman was never meant to be a dual champ, but then they made it something. And then the whole world has tried to figure out how do you dethrone this man and still make him look worthy, and what happens. And Roman goes away for 1,000,000 years after he does it because that's the only way to make him still special. Mm-hmm. You've even eliminated that because when does he lose it now? What does he do? And now are we also here to expect that because he's the champ who never shows up, he won't show up on the other show either? Like, there were so many stupid questions. And, like, it's
Roman Reigns will come after the NXT title next.
Well, yeah, he should do. I actually want to see him fuck up Carmelo Hayes and be like, well, you stopped me from going there. I'm on 2 different brands. Oh, fuck you. What is there left now? Like, that whole who dethrones him means nothing.
Nothing. And that's what I'm saying. The elongating of the Cody Rhodes storyline was miscalculated. And again, I'll be the first to say, hindsight 2020 is a wonderful thing. I left SoFi deflated, but I was still finding a positive going, fine. They're clearly doubling down on this guy. Push him to the moon for 10 years. Let's do it. Right? That's not how it's turned out. We are literally living through the worst possible scenario that we could have had at the end of this 3-year reign. Literally, guys, because we all agree that the hallmark of a great champion isn't just his run, face or heel. It's having the understanding of when you need to put the other guy over, right? That's a huge part of it. Is have you, after your legendary reign, left someone to carry the torch? Is there someone who can now step up and be the next guy so that you can go to Hollywood, go and spend some time with your family, retire, go and work the indies, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care, right? But once your reign has ended, is there someone who has been now properly built and ready to step into your shoes? Doesn't have to be for as good a title run, as long, or anything. He just has to be the next guy. And how that pans out, pans out. We all were saying after this 3-year reign, whoever defeats Roman is going to be special. Somehow they've made it so that that's not going to happen. We are literally living through the worst possible case scenario here. You, in my opinion, missed the boat with planting the next guy. I still think it should have been Cody at that Mania. Disagree or agree, that's fine. But you've not built anyone. And now before having a new champ before enabling a new champion to be a thing of specialness, because it was shit, this is the guy who finally beat Roman, you've copped out. You've just gone, nah, we'll just make an imaginary new belt. It's literally the worst thing that could happen. And I told you, AJ, it's on pod. I told you, my biggest fear is that they don't stick the finish. Well, we're here. We're at the finish, irrespective of how long this reign, even if Roman now goes for another 10 years, it won't be as special because of the introduction of this belt. They haven't stuck the landing. He's a side quest. You've just said it, guys.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I think whoever does it,
you're still going to the fact that, like, you know, you've got to realize what wrestling is, yeah, and realize that fans are fickle, and even to a point we can be fickle, because yes, we was pissed off at the whole Royal Rumble, and we thought that was such a bad idea for them to announce Cody and for him to come out 30. it's still a shit idea, but at the end of the day, we was backing him hard for WrestleMania.
That's why I said the genius of what he was doing was.
Yeah,
I highlighted that.
The thing is, though, with the right story, I think AJ actually said this: the right story with the right push, with the right motivation and the right build, we can get past and move past pretty much anything. Yeah, right now we're pissed because if they even think of removing that belt of Roman anytime soon, then I'm gonna be really pissed because that is just stupid. That's pure.
Do you know, actually?
Your pitch, AJ, was for him to drop it at SummerSlam, right? Make it an exact 3 years. Wouldn't surprise me. They'll do it. Cody, listen, Cody will either lose to Brock or he'll beat Brock and then defeat Roman at SummerSlam and completely make the whole thing less special.
Can I be
That's
honest?
on the cards.
Can I be honest? The only thing that will make it relevant, and you guys may really hate it, would be a angle where Roman's like, if you want to take it off me, you know what? I'm done. You guys fight for it and vanish. Just vanish undefeated. Vanish undefeated. Take time out. It may sound like shit.
Don't put another guy over. We were just saying that you've got to put someone over.
Yeah, but it's 2 tournaments. It feels like a fresh thing. Keep him away from a year. And now you've got 2 champs. It's a refresh. It's literally pressing reset on the game. Because right now, yes, it will feel special. I'm not going to lie, Nick. The person who does it is still going to be the person who beat Roman. But the fact that the
not undisputed,
the other person who wins this new title that's been unveiled is the bitch champ. And that I don't think I can ever see differently. Triple H was handed the title by Eric Bischoff. Funny enough, the same one without the logo. And we were all like, that's ridiculous. But there was a storyline. Brock signed a contract with Steph and became exclusive. I think the only way, because what does Roman do? Oh, I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. The tribal chief. Let's work for the tribal chief. No matter what promo he cut, it's going to be as bad as Sucker and Succotash. And that's the truth. So you know what? Just do it the other way. Just do it the other way. The tribal chief leaves dual champion before Night of Champs. He's gone, baby. Go, take another year off. Come back and then fuck up shit. It sounds stupid.
It doesn't sound stupid. It sounds implausible because this is the big reason they got rid of King of the Ring for AJ, because we're not getting King of the Ring anymore. Roman has the feature in front of them. No, King of the Ring's bye-bye. King of the Ring gone. Queen of the Ring gone. Replaced by Night of Champions.
Is that when that was?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I was screaming when you lot were saying, oh, we'll still have King of the Ring on that last video. I was like, nah, Vince got rid of it.
Guys, this is the one, AJ. I don't have the energy to extend this video any longer. No, because I feel we're going to go in circles and it's a more extended show than I think any of us have really got the energy for.
Yeah.
It's you guys will see it when you see it, but it's actually 12:30 over here and I have to be at work for 8 in the morning. I will give you guys your closing thoughts. I do finish early on another week and we can this week and we can extend for other things. But for me,
we'll be talking about CM Punk.
Well, yeah, CM Punk turned up at Raw. He saw Tamina.
No. CM Punk re-signing for AEW. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, listen. All I know is, to me, that was no.
I'm with you, Big Turn. I think it's a great thing, him being back.
What are we talking about? I didn't say him being back was a bad thing.
No, Den did.
Yeah. Anyway, look, we're going to go into tangents of stuff that's not to be addressed now. My personal thing, guys, you could have made someone special without making Roman look weak. You missed it. You missed it. In time, I will accept the champ. It's not even the champ. It's the person after that champ I'm going to accept because you are where you are. It's the truth. It's just the way it is. In time, I will forget. But right now, it's ridiculous. I feel you missed the mark in really making 2 stars. But hey, it is what it is. That's my closing thoughts. Over to you guys.
You want to bring some positivity to this, Big Tone?
I feel I should go last end of the positive.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. They have given us the worst possible case scenario for Roman. We are, I believe, now in the end game. I believe that they've botched the end game because in one comment, they've made the guy that we were told to buy into for 3 years look like a bitch. They've called him out on doing something that he actually didn't do. He's just taken a 3-week holiday and they're making it like this Brock Lesnar level absence. They've brought in a belt, which, as AJ just said, is the bitch belt. They've made their Universal Champion no longer universal and undisputed. They've buried, I believe, the guy who should have inherited it. They haven't built any stars that are believably going to beat Roman now, because guess what? You just did that with Cody and fluffed your lines. So it's going to take ages to build someone else and have us back them. It's not beyond the realm of possibility, but it's not on the cards. And as and when that person does beat Roman, won't be undisputed because there's another belt.
Big Tone, before you go positive, just because you said it, Nick, we're in the end game. Could you imagine they tried to beat Thanos? He's still got all the stones, and they're like, well, we defeated Loki. You'd be like, you're taking the fucking piss.
There you go.
Big Tone, finish it. Go with whatever
You've said it perfectly.
Right? Because now, even a New Day can't clap for this fucking positivity. So do it. Do it. Do it.
All I'm going to say is that, like, one, I do agree it's not good. There's a lot of salt in the mouth right now, isn't it? Especially as the more prudent thing, if you wanted a belt on both shows, was just to simply take one of the belts off Roman. Even one pick, you could have done it. It would have been a lot more better. But what I will say, though, on my positive note, is that time is a great healer, and I feel that after time, basically, we might not actually remember this year. Like, if they actually put it out, like Roman does go to 2,000 days, isn't it? Yeah, this is going to be a distant memory. Yeah, by then you would have had probably about 7 world champions by then. Yeah, if not more. Yeah, and like again, we won't be looking back on this moment. I think they could have done it better then. I do feel that now, but I'm going to remain optimistic in it. Yeah, for the people that can finally get a title reign. And just, don't fuck up the Langdon. Don't make it be the backwoods that like ends his 3-year streak or something like that on a random Raw. Make it epic, because that's the only sliver, that's the only 0.5% of justifiability, of this whole thing. But stay positive, guys.
I'm going to be a prick. I'm going to ask you one question, and that's all I need to know. What is more valuable? The person who pins Gunther on his long quest of victories, or the person who wins the bitch title?
Person who wins the bitch title, I'm sorry.
Bitch title.
It's a world championship by WWE.
Bitch title. Have you seen how Gunther's been? And I haven't seen it because I haven't watched him. I'm only reading and listening to Simon Miller. Shout out to him. How's Gunther been doing since Mania? You're already seeing that IC title start to fade, aren't you? Gomez is back, baby.
All right. Okay, guys. Please do check us out on all socials. Ministry of Wrestling, MLW News. You can see all the tags there. More importantly, please like, comment, and subscribe. The question: are you excited? Put it this way: it's a poll. Is it good news that we've got the new world's title, or is it the bitch title? That is all I want to know. Comment below. Tell your friends to comment below, because if I'm wrong, and you can spin me, Mr. WWE, who's really on the edge right now with this company, spin it for me. Tell me you agree with Big Tone, or are you reaching for the sky with Nico right now and just be like, I'm just waiting for All In, fuck the rest of it. Guys, that's the question. That's the one to close it. But do please like, comment, and subscribe, because you guys have been amazing with that right now. Loving all the interaction with you guys. But until the next time, and hopefully the more positive next time, I am the one AJ signing out.
Oh, it was a salty show. I loved it. It was great. I'm Double B, Nicolero. Follow me, Daddy Goo, May the 4th Platinum Trophy.
I'm Big Tom. We out the zone. Stay positive, people. Hey.